To close out our workshop and deliver closing remarks, I would like to invite Dr. Lei Zhang. Dr. Zhang serves as a Deputy Director in the Office of Research and Standards within the Office of Generic Drugs at the FDA. Dr. Zhang oversees the Generic Drug User Fee Amendments, GDUFA Science and Research Program, which ensures therapeutic equivalence of generic drug products. She brings more than 27 years of experience in drug research, development, and regulatory review. Dr. Zhang has contributed to numerous guidance and research projects and served as a rapporteur for the ICH M13 Expert Working Group on bioequivalence for immediate release solid oral dosage forms. In addition to her leadership at FDA, Dr. Zhang is an accomplished academic with a PhD in biopharmaceutical science from UCSF and has published over 140 peer-reviewed papers and book chapters. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Lei Zhang. Dr. Zhang, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Irfan, for the nice introduction. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to our industrial, academia, regulatory agency colleagues and participants from around the world. I'm excited to be here to close this remarkable workshop. I hope you, like me, have found these past 2 days very inspiring and enlightening. The theme of our workshop, which is translating science to approval, has truly come to life through the exceptional presentations and the discussions we have had. This theme captures the essence of what we do, taking cutting-edge science and research, transforming it to practical tools, guidance, and regulatory pathways that enable the development of generic drug products. Yesterday, we opened this workshop by acknowledging that generic drugs serve as the backbone of our healthcare system, representing over 90% of prescription drugs dispensed in the United States, yet only accounting for about 12% spending of the prescription drug. In 2024, generic drugs saved the US healthcare system nearly $450 billion. We now close with the recognition that this impact is only possible through rigorous science. The GDUFA program has provided us with the scientific foundation essential for navigating through the complexity of modern generic drug development. The complexity we discussed extends far beyond the drug product themselves. We are dealing with manufacturing processes that involve advanced technologies, quality control systems that must account for multiple variables, and the regulatory pathways that must balance innovation with safety and efficacy standards. Yesterday, we have seen how modeling and simulation are revolutionizing our approach to bioequivalence studies, supporting BCS-based biowaivers, and addressing challenges such as lack of reference-listed drugs or reference standards, and managing carryover effects that impact the sample size. This morning, today's session on complex drug substance and this afternoon on complex drug substance and products has reinforced the critical message. Complexity is not a barrier to generic drug development. It's an opportunity for scientific innovation. The case studies we examined from oral semaglutide to glatiramer acetate illustrate how our regulatory science continues to evolve to meet the challenges of increasingly sophisticated therapeutic products. The practical insights shared on common deficiencies and the resolutions provide actionable guidance that you can implement immediately in your development programs, supporting our shared goal of first cycle approvals. The session on nitrosamine impurities you just heard has been particularly timely, addressing one of the most pressing quality concerns across a wide range of products. The practical advice on alternative B approach considerations for BCS4 reformulated products, risk assessment, control strategies, and safety evaluation provides you with tools to ensure product safety while maintaining development efficiency. This is the 8th year that OGD has held this workshop in collaboration with OPQ, featuring FDA speakers sharing insights on research, product-specific guidance development, and common ANDA challenges. Under GDUFA III, we have established goal dates for development of product-specific guidances for newly approved complex products. And our SME triage teams have revolutionizing the process for planning research to support timely development of PSG for complex products. You learned yesterday on a few of such examples. You have learned how dedicated research and research programs create structured frameworks for innovation, enabling timely development of guidance for complex products. The more than 12,300 PSGs we have published as of today represent our commitment to transparency and facilitating generic drug development across all categories of products. FDA recently released the FY 2026 GDUFA Research and Science Priority Initiatives, focusing on 8 broad areas determined in collaboration with industry and the public, including those feedback we received during the FY 2025 Generic Drug Science and Research Initiative Public Workshop that was held in June 2025. These priorities, as shown on these slides, some of which continue from previous years, will drive the research that enables guidance development and ultimately supports ANDA approvals. The outcomes generated from these research priority areas have been disseminated through publications as well as presentation at workshops such as you heard in the past 2 days. They have been instrumental in advancing generic drug development and approval. You can see how the science and research support the guidance and how they be utilized to provide pre-ANDA guidance, as well as supporting the ANDA approval and assessment, in addition to the post-marketing approval, addressing those post-market approval challenges. I would like to also bring it to your attention to that the 2 additional workshops that we will hold in the remaining of the year in October and November, in collaboration with Center for Research on Complex Generics, or CRCG. The one shown on this slide in October will be focusing on modeling and artificial intelligence in generic drug development and product lifecycle management. This workshop will be held next week. The virtual participation is free. There will be a cost if you attend in person. However, the in-person participation will give you a great opportunity for the engagement, and also there will be in-person small group discussions that will be very helpful. And you can get more information through the scanning on the QR code on this slide. The one that will be held in November, you also heard from this morning, will be focusing on the ophthalmic drug products, on advancing the science and the regulation in this type of product. This workshop is also have a virtual component as well as an in-person component. The virtual attendance will be no cost, but there will be a registration fee for the in-person attendance, as well as for the in-person, the benefit of the in-person attendance will be the small group discussion. So you can get more information through the scanning of the QR code on this slide. Unlike this workshop, these workshops in collaboration with CRCG engage more speakers, not only from FDA, but also from academia, as well as other regulatory agencies and industry. These workshops planned by the FDA represent more than an educational opportunity. They are collaborative platforms where science meets regulation, where challenges become opportunities, and where our collaborative expertise drives innovation. The questions you have asked in this workshop, as well in other workshops, the insights you have learned, and the discussion you have engaged will help shape the future of generic drug research and regulation. One message you can take away from this workshop is the enhanced communication between the opportunities under GDUFA III, including control correspondence, both pre-submission as well as post-approval, pre-ENDA meetings, and the ENDA meetings during both NDA end of submission phase as well as post-approval phase. And our model integrated evidence industry pilot meetings is another opportunities. FDA continue to provide pathways for early and timely engagement with the industry with the goal to streamline development, provide efficiency, and improve the submission quality. By providing dedicated resources and a structured approach to regulatory science and enhanced communications between FDA and the industry, GDUFA continues to drive progress in science and technology to enhance generic drug development and the regulatory assessment. Together, we ensure that the scientific advancement translates into meaningful improvements in patient care and access to essential medications. Thank you to your active participation, your thoughtful questions, and your dedication to advancing generic drug development. The insights gained here at this workshop will drive the next chapter of generic drug development. Finally, I would like to thank everyone involved in planning this event. First, the AGDD 2020 Planning Committee, as shown on these slides. We have members from both OGD and OPQ. Many of them also served as session leads. It took a village to plan this well-thought-out two-day workshop. Special thanks to this year's workshop chair, Yan, and our past chair, Wenlei, as well as our wonderful project managers, Maria and Irfan, whom you all meet during these two-day workshops. Thank you. I also would like to thank the OGD leadership, Dr. Elon Murphy, Dr. Darby Kozak, Dr. Rob Limburger, for their executive support of this workshop, as well as Sam Rennie and Ashley Crawford for helping us navigating the meeting logistics. The dedication of this group and the extensive behind-the-scenes preparation, plus the IT support from Gretchen Carter, as well as our White Oak Conference Center team, have made this workshop such a smooth and successful event. Thank you all. The workshop has now concluded. I wish everyone a pleasant rest of the day. I will now turn over to Irfan, who will cover a few logistics items. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. This concludes our two-day workshop, Advancing Generic Drug Development, Translating Science to Approval 2025. Please remember to visit FDA events webpage for presentation slides and recording, which will be made available after the workshop. We hope you found this workshop valuable and informative. We encourage you to stay engaged with FDA's upcoming workshops and research updates as we work together to translate science into approval. Thank you once again for your participation, and we look forward to seeing you at the future events. Have a wonderful and the rest of the day.